All right, this is lesson number 32. Welcome back. I hope everybody had a great break. This is lesson 32 of Junior English for the Academy at Shawnee. So this is our Monday, Tuesday lesson. Our structure today is we're going to look at the structure of the week real quick. We're going to have a voice and choice prompt. I'll explain what that is instead of mindfulness. For writing, have a quick lesson on 3 different 15K copywriting prompts for this ongoing project we're starting. And we're going to be viewing Act 2, Scene 1 on Thursday and Friday. We're not going to be doing that today. We're going to have 30 minutes of Workspace in class after those writing prompts. And then we're also going to have Workspace instead of an informational lesson today. So mostly a catch-up day on this Monday or Tuesday whenever you're in class. Again, if you take a picture of that QR code in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you'll get links to the explanations for every single assignment that you've had so far this year, as well as links to all of the different readings that we've done and some other useful links as well. All right, this is giant QR code is another more targeted collection of links. If you take a picture of this with a smartphone, it will take you straight to a document with specific directions for the assignments you need to complete to get to a D, a C, a B, or an A in this class. The end of the grading period is on the 15th, that is next Friday. So this document will help you decide exactly what you need to do to get the grade that you want. Each assignment has a link to the recorded explanation I gave in class on how to complete that assignment, as well as a link to my email if you need more assistance. So this will not only tell you what you need to do, but it will give you explanation videos that I've made for each assignment on that path. All right, so for this week, the only assignment that is graded this week is Act 2, Scene 1. Those questions, we will be watching that act on Thursday and Friday in class. The assignment is live if you'd like to go ahead and complete that. It has embedded YouTube links with the questions, just as the first 2 scenes did. So if you're in a hurry, you can go through and just kind of find the answers that way. If you're really trying to savor a raisin in the sun, which I totally suggest, you can go through a little bit more slowly and answer them as you watch the film on YouTube. Again, all makeup work for semester number 1 is due next Friday, the 15th. That is everything that is outstanding that you would like to have more than 50% on if you're missing it. All assignments that you're missing currently, you do have 50% on those assignments, so it is a quick path to passing, but it is a bit longer of a path to get to a B or an A. So it's pretty easy to go from a 50 to a 60. It's just a couple assignments to get there. But if you'd like to get into that B or an A range and you haven't done, if you're missing some stuff, then that's going to be a bit more of a hike. All right, our learning targets for this week. For writing, we're going to explore 3 different methods to aid the 15K project with our writing. And this means we can write copy for a real-world project that assists the Louisville community through a nonprofit organization. All that sounds really fancy and nice because it is really fancy and nice. It's something that's really nice to have on your resume. And to show that you've done that, you're going to have some 15K copy written. For literature, we're going to watch Act 2, Scene 1 of A Raisin in the Sun this Thursday and Friday, and we're going to complete a set of questions on the scene. This means we can explore the character development, setting, and authorial choices made in the scene and write about that. And that will be due this Saturday on the 9th. For informational, we're going to use this space to complete makeup work. This means we can complete and turn in work that's been past due and just kind of bring our grades up to where we want to see them. The week structure for this class is as follows. On Mondays and Tuesdays, we have a beginning lesson, and that's what you're watching right now. There's a video with an assignment built into it. That assignment is the A Raisin in the Sun Act 2, Scene 1 assignment, and you should be checking Google Classroom to see those assignments. I will have office hours on Wednesdays, and that's some personalized learning time where you can log in and get some individual feedback or get a walkthrough on a lesson that you might not have 100% understood the first time we went through it, or just to reiterate something, or just to check in and say hi. That's fine too. My office hours are 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on Wednesdays, and the link to that meeting room will be posted on Google Classroom that day. And then the ending lesson for the week is on Thursday or Friday, and there's a video with an assignment built into it, and that will be on Google Classroom on Thursday and Friday as well. All right, so for voice and choice, we're replacing mindfulness with this voice and choice segment. On Mondays and Tuesdays, you'll have a voice recording, and on Thursdays and Fridays, you'll have a choice recording. What that looks like. So you're going to use this very chibi website called Vocaroo to record your voice responses and then drop those links in the assignment. What you'll do is you'll record on a topic on Mondays and Tuesdays. Everyone will have the same topic. On Thursdays and Fridays, I'm going to have 10 different focus topics based on 10 different paths, 10 different career paths, with a little bit more differentiation in there too. So for today, you're recording an audio clip discussing a topic that you've been thinking about or that you are passionate about. The audio can be as long or as short as you'd like, and you're just going to post that clip in the assignment page. So the assignment itself is a Google slide deck, and you will post your audio clip right here where it says copy your link here. So you're going to record your audio and then post it in the slides right there, and then you can turn it in. So instead of mindfulness, we're going to take a second to record your thoughts. The reason we're doing this is because at the end of this year, it would be very valuable for you, and it'd be really cool to be able to go back and hear yourself talking about what you were thinking about as the weeks go by. I think that we're going to be online for a bit longer, and I think it'd be neat for you to have some kind of audio journal so you can kind of hear yourself going through this time. You'd have some way to kind of look back on this very, very strange junior year or senior year and kind of have some sort of an audio time capsule. On Mondays, we're going to be doing voice, which is just you responding to a prompt. Like this prompt for Monday was talk about a topic of your choosing. And on Thursdays and Fridays, we're going to have choice, where you talk about a specific career path. And I'm going to give you a prompt to kind of think out loud about. That's what, and the choice looks like this. So on Thursday or Friday, this is what you'll have. And you'll put your chosen career or passion up where it says career path. And then for audio link, you'll put your link there. And the different paths for you to choose from are art and design, language and editing, business and trade, journalism and writing, medicine and sports, teaching and psychology, game design and coding, music and sound, military, or writing for publication. And I will have 10 different prompts on Thursdays and Fridays for you to kind of think about or look into and talk about each one of those paths. All right, so we'll be doing that as the weeks go on. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about the 3 different methods that you could help out the 15K project with their writing. And that means you're going to be able to write copy for a real-world project that assists the Louisville community through a nonprofit organization. Sounds fancy because it is fancy. And what you're going to be doing is actually creating copywriting for this group. They do need your help. They provide scholarship opportunities to African American students every year, but they need help with their branding and online presence, and I'm going to show you a couple different ways that they need help specifically that you could start writing on now. And this is especially important if you're interested in building your work resume before you graduate from high school. You can write actual advertisements. They'll be made public for this group and get your name attached to some real-world advertising examples. They can go in your work portfolio. This is especially useful if you're going into business or graphic design. So you can let me, Ms. Whitaker, Ms. Harris, or Mr. McDonald know that you're interested. And this is the way that you can help. So there are 3 different ways that you could help out 50K with your writing ability that I'm going to talk to you about today. The first is social media copywriter and general hashtag wizard, a flyer writing and design, or an audio spot. So for the social media copywriter and hashtag wizard, they're going to need you to write 120 character limited prompts that spreads the word about 15K and using specific hashtags that can increase visibility. You could also rewrite their Twitter bio. Right now, their Twitter bio is increasing education attainment for African Americans in Greater Louisville, which is fine. That's their goal, but you could be more specific and you could include some hashtags to increase traffic to their page. As you can see, they're lacking in Twitter presence right now with only about 470 followers. They need some help building up their presence to get more people involved and improve their reach. So if you are a Twitter user, you understand hashtags, and you can help them come up with something that is a little bit catchier than what they currently have. For flyer writing and design, what they're looking for are single page flyers, so something that you could stick up around college campuses, high schools, campuses, and you could be using any of the copy on the right side of the screen. You could also write your own copy using the concepts for the right side of the screen. And you could potentially design images or photos or take pictures around town that you could include along with your Pro 15K copy. So again, they're looking for single page flyers that you could kind of throw up in schools, like in maybe churches, or even on college campuses for students who are interested in getting a scholarship for their next year. And then the last one is an audio spot for radio or Spotify streaming ad space, or for other audio streaming services. This is going to be like a 15-20 second audio spot focusing on 15K as a provider of opportunity, some potential blurbs you might include. If you could find some black college grads talking about the importance of their degrees, black college grads talking about the importance of getting grants or assistance, or black college students who receive grants from 15K speaking about their positive experiences. That'd be kind of tough to find without help from the 15K folks themselves. So if you're interested in doing that last one, I could maybe get you in contact with the 15K folks. And in class, we're also going to look at this link down here, which is what you should say in a 30-second radio advertising spot. All right, that's the end of the writing lesson. It's important to understand that your final draft for essay number 2 has been due. At this point, it is going in the grade book. I'm in the process of finishing up grading the last couple that I got in over the break. And your grade books will be totally up to date by the end of this week, so you can kind of see exactly where you need to be for the last week. All right, our literature learning target this week is that we're going to watch Act 2, Scene 1 of A Raisin in the Sun and complete a set of questions on the scene. It means we can explore the character development, setting, and authorial choices made in the scene, all of which are important skills for the ACT coming up in a couple months. We are going to watch the scene together on Thursday and Friday. Today we're going to take 30 minutes to work on makeup work. So I'm just kind of letting you know what you have to look forward to on Thursday and Friday, what we'll be doing. Today we're going to use the space for makeup work time. During the makeup workspace on this Monday and Tuesday, some things that you might want to get help on or work on in class live are essay number 1 and essay number 2. Specifically the outlines, the rough drafts, the peer review forms, which are super fast, and the final drafts. And you might also want to work on the graded Raisin in the Sun question forms. There have been 2 so far. Or any of the graded Gatsby assignments. Not every chapter in the Great Gatsby was graded. Not every chapter in the Great Gatsby was required. Just the 3 or 4 graded chapters that you might have been interested in. Those are ones that you should pick up if you're shooting for that A or B. All right, that will last 30 minutes in the live version. Again, Act 2, Scene 1 questions are going to be due on Saturday, and all makeup work must be turned in by Friday the 15th. We're going to be using our informational learning target to be doing makeup work as well today. That just means we can turn in any work that's been due in the past, and this will be Workspace as well. On Thursday and Friday, we're going to be looking at a book called The Wall Between by Anne Braden. It's a really fascinating text that a friend on Twitter was kind enough to mail to me, and it is a first-person narrative of what happened in 1954 when Anne and Carl Braden bought a house in an all-white neighborhood in Louisville on behalf of a black couple, Andrew and Charlotte Wade. It's her account of what happened with the mob violence, the bombing of the house, and her husband being charged with sedition. So it's a crazy story. We're not going to read the whole thing because the whole thing's like 400 pages long. What we're going to do is we're going to look at a couple different excerpts that I think are particularly useful as we move forward in A Raisin in the Sun, and the younger family kind of comes to terms with moving into an all-white neighborhood and potentially getting a bunch of racist attacks for that. All right, these were our learning targets and assessments for this lesson and in general the week for literature. Our upcoming assignments are Act 2, Scene 1, which is due on Saturday. All makeup work is due by the end of the week next week on the 15th. Some old assignments on the left. If you're interested in just ticking off some assignments, making sure that those are in. And again, if you take a picture of the top right-hand corner of the screen, you'll get that link to all the recordings, assignments, and lessons for the entire year. This was a quick one. This is only about 14 minutes long. There's not a lot of new content today. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope you have a great afternoon or morning or evening or whenever. Bye.